Hey, what is up, gamers? Gonna be doing a first look at the S9 mouse right here. I believe this is the Pro, I'm not too sure, we'll have to take a look, but apparently this is like a Razer Viper V3 kind of clone, I guess? I don't know, just cheaper version. Anyways, this is actually sent out to me by, okay, I never asked them for how to pronounce their name, so I'm just gonna butcher it. EWEADN. I'm sorry, but thank you, EWEADN, for sending it out to me. As you guys know, I will do my very best to remain unbiased, because if it's not good, it's not good, you know, stuff like that, Anyways, it's gonna be my first impressions. As you can see, I've literally never touched this mouse before. So, yeah, let's get a look at it, see if it's good as, or, I don't know, like Razer Viper V3. I've actually had a Razer Viper V3 before, so I've literally held one in my hand, so I just ended up returning it because I didn't like it, but I probably shouldn't have done that in the first place, but whatever. Anyways, here it is, if I can unbox things okay. Box seems fairly nice, standard, nothing too coming out. Little piece of foam I feel like you don't really see in any nice things nowadays. This is like, I don't know, I've been saying, because I've been opening GP, never mind, you guys don't care. Anyways, S Pro, S9, S9 Max. Comes with grip tape, as you can see. Oh, look at that. And it comes with extra skates, as you can see on the bottom. The grip tape looks like the BTL ones. I don't know how they are, you know, but that's cool that they include that. Let's see, the cable. Standard. Nothing super impressive, but also nothing bad. It says 8K on it, so that means it probably supports 8K wired, which is cool, if you care about that. Personally, I don't care about 8K, 4K, or even 2K. And I have a pretty decent setup, so I don't know. It just does nothing for me. It lags my game. That's just a personal preference, though. I'm guessing this is the dongle. Indeed it is. Let's see. First impressions. Ooh, yeah, they really are going for that Razer aesthetic. It's basically, it looks very similar to the Razer one. It's not exactly, it's a little bit lighter, I think, too, but yeah, has the brand names, LED, stuff like that. Okay. And lastly, the most important part, the mouse. So, yeah, that's gonna be it. The package, let me move this to the side. Here we go. It's gonna be the Razer color, as well as like their, oh wow. Oh wow. Like the colors is really nice, as you can see. It's definitely emulating, or you know, using the same one as the Razer Viper V3 Pro did, but first feel. Feels nice. Comparatively, the only thing that I feel that's not up to snuff so far is the clicks. They're not bad, but I think with the Razer Viper V3 you get like a tighter click, if that makes sense. Well, these feel a little bit more, I don't know if hollow is the right word, like clingy, pingy? I don't know. Either way, they're fine, and it's mostly preference. It's not saying it's worse than it. It's just preference, personally. Well, not personally, but it's just preference. And I think with the other ones, they were like tighter to where you can just hear the click. But I don't know, you might prefer these. Anyways, let's see. Overall, pretty decent build quality from as far as I can tell. Yeah, the base is probably the weakest point, as you would expect. Doesn't feel too weak. Clicks, like I said, are... Actually, I don't know. I haven't used Razer Viper V3 in a while, so I don't know if the clicks are any different than this. There probably are, obviously, different switches, but at the very least, in terms of like quality, I don't know, they're probably fine. I really doubt that's like a point of worrying, but who knows. Scroll wheel is gonna be slow and has steps. I don't mind it. It's kind of like it's very similar to my BeastX Mini, except it has a rubber, which I do like, which helps me, you know, actually touch it, because this thing is like, it slides off sometimes. So yeah, middle click is gonna be pretty okay, maybe a little bit heavier than my BeastX Mini, but pretty fine, I'd say. It's also gonna be like high up the scroll wheel, so for me, like, I'm used to having a lower one. This one's up here, but that's, you know, preference or whatever, like what I'm used to. In terms of feel, side buns do feel a little, what I would say is, what's the term? I don't know if cheaper is the right way to go. Hollow? Sure, hollow. It's not bad, like I said. It's still, I'm sure as long as it functions fine, I don't care. It's just like, if you care about like every little detail, then that might be something to consider. Anyways, the skates are like this. I think the Razer Viper V3 had skates similar. I don't remember. I'm guessing they copied the same skates as well. I can't say for sure, but yeah. You know what's funny is I'm probably going to use these films. I'm probably just going to keep them on here for just like, nah, actually I won't. I was going to say on glass pads, it kind of doesn't matter, but I'll take it off anyways. Anyways, we have 2.4 gigahertz, which is the this thing. We also have Bluetooth, which is nice, and we have the DPI button. These are huge. Also has the dongle holder, which is something I've always appreciated in a mouse, especially like, so this is actually, this will probably replace my mouse that I take to work or something. Oh God. Oh wait, it does have a dongle. Wait, if it has a 2. What? Okay, so it has a dongle holder. Did I miss the dongle? Hold on. Okay, I'm a little confused because it comes with a dongle holder, as you can see, for the USB part, but as you can see, I don't really see any. Minor oversight, I guess. I don't know. That's cool that they have it, but like, what's the point if you don't have one? I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I missed it somewhere. I don't know. I wouldn't have cared personally because they came with this and Bluetooth, but the fact that they have this, you know what I mean? Whatever. Not a huge deal, I guess. It does have these, oh, it does have these skate removal steps, which I do like on a mouse, which is super nice for all of them actually, so that's cool. The skates themselves, we'll see how they are. I don't know. They have this, let's see. First impressions, they feel durable. They don't feel like super quick. Well, maybe they will be fine on the glass, obviously, but they don't feel like the super like virgin PTFE, I guess, but like a little bit stronger. I don't know whether that's true or not. That's just my first impressions. Anyways, yeah. All right. Just taking a quick look at this around here. Oh, I forgot this middle one. Always forget this one. Yep, still there. Okay. All right, before I get into the game testing, I do want to run over some of the specs they said, like some of the highlights they said, whether it's, you know, whether you care about this or not, you know, whatever. So first, they have a 3950 Ultra sensor. To me, I have never really noticed the difference between 3395s and, you know, whatever, but, you know, good to know, has a laser sensor. It's apparently using the Pixar PAR 2862 processor. I have no idea what that means, I'm not gonna lie. It probably is just to do with like the censoring and whatnot. So that's cool. Probably like how the B6 Mini, I think, uses the Nordic one. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. It says it has 100 million click durability, and they use Kill White Blade optical switches. Okay, so that explains why. Like I said, they feel like pingy is because they're optical switches. So actually, that's totally fine because optical switches, I think, generally feel like that anyways. So it's actually kind of nice and clean and pronounced. So I'm actually totally fine with that. I'm happy with that they use these opticals. It does feel like these are, I think opticals are the way to go, probably. So they use a 500 megahertz battery, so that's going to be a little bit better than typical, like I think my V6 Minis is half that, so it's going to be definitely more for the heavy user. I don't know, either way, it uses more 4K, 8K, that's probably why. Yeah, next point is 8K, ultra low, 0.125 latency for competitive play, it says. Personally, like I said, I don't care. I'm going to stick to 1K because I don't feel a difference, and it like actually lags my game, so maybe makes me worse. I don't know. Something you might care about, I don't personally. And the last thing they say is nano cryo grip, military grade coating for anti-slip, anti-wear performance. So I think it's just talking about the coating here. And personally, I like it. It does feel good. I don't know what they mean by military grade, and, you know, probably, you know, but whatever, regarding what they say, it does feel nice, and I'm okay with it, as long as it just doesn't wear, which I don't really know because I haven't used it in a while. So yeah, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be the S9 Ultra. I don't know 100%, but I believe it is, all things considered. Anyways, let's give it a go. I'm gonna plug this in, give it a go for the first time. All right, let's see, does this have battery? I hope it's charged. Yeah, there we go. Oh, the problem is I don't know what sense this is. Let's see. Okay. Let me see if I can find, let's see, a driver download. Okay, so you do look like you need to download a driver, which you might not like. I would have preferred a, what's it called? I would have preferred a web-based browser driver, but personally it's not a big deal to me as long as I don't get like a virus or something, because it's like, you know what I mean? It's fine. Worst case scenario, you can use it, then like actually just close it. It's not a huge deal to me. But preferably would have had a driver one or browser based, but whatever. Okay, so I can see it right here. Let me actually see if I can share this on my desktop right here. Window capture. All right, there we go. So this could be over my I just hide this, I guess, like this. So this is what I see right now. So let's take a quick look at this. I've actually never seen this before. It's my first time seeing this. So we have the home, which is, yeah, S9 Ultra. I haven't, maybe you need to update the firmware. I don't know. Buttons, left click. Let's see what we can change on this. That's what I really want to know. Okay. Ooh. Okay, game enhancements. Mouse functions. Oh. Okay, so far, at the very least, enter single. Oh, okay, cool. All right, so far I'm liking this. It looks like it has a lot of the functionality that I would care about. So, I don't know, maybe they're missing something, but right now I'm happy with this. I don't know. First glance. Remember, keep that in mind. Key debounce time. I don't know what that is. Maybe we should make sure that. Interesting. What if that's just the clicks, like the click debounce? Probably. DPI, let me go back to 800. That's my sensitivity normally. It goes up to 8K, as you can see right there. Do I actually run at 800? I totally forgot. This feels so weird now. Okay, whatever. Macros. I don't really use macros, so I won't be able to tell whether it's good or not, honestly. Let's see this. Let's see config. Oh, I do like the 0.7 millimeter mouse LOD height. I like that adjustability. They have the ripple, motion sync, and angle. Glass mode. Activating glass improves cursor on certain surfaces. Interesting. Okay, it has the glass mode. I'm curious to try that. Cool. Sensor modes, office, high, gaming. Okay, that's cool. Sleep time, double click speed. Okay. I do like with so far what they offer in here. It does seem way more extensive than at least what, honestly, like even Razer's stuff. It doesn't look particularly amazing, but you know, as long as it does the job. And anyways, enough like not trying to, but like saying it's amazing. We'll have to see actually how the mouse is, because that's kind of the most important part. So yeah, maybe I'll try the grip set later. But for now, just kind of want to get my first impressions on the mouse overall. So far, I think I forget how much it depends on the price, but so far it does seem like a solid Viper V3 alternative in terms of price. It's like this. It is the same shape. The quality doesn't feel really compromised. So yeah, let's get a go. I think I run. Oh, maybe I do run 1600 hertz now, or DPI now. Yeah, this feels way too slow. I guess I changed my sensitivity and I forgot about it. Whoops. Yeah, this feels right. So I'm like in a really awkward position. I'm actually like standing right now, and like, so my aim's gonna be even more off. Also, I'm considering I'm playing on like the Guardian, so just keep that in mind. It's probably not the mouse's fault. It's probably my fault. Also, I play fingertip grip. This is kind of more the versatile shape, you know. Oh my god, yeah, I'm not in a. Okay. Obviously, this is really first impressions more than anything. I can't give you a full like, oh, this is great. Oh, I still have the software up. Whoops. Okay, maybe I'll cut this out and go back in. So let's give this a first impressions. Okay, feels solid. Nothing to really comment about here. I mean, it is just the Razer Viper V3 shape. Was never personally a fan of it just because I prefer fingertip, but this is a very safe shape, like the GPX kind of in its own form, I think. So at the very least, I'm not. The shape doesn't upset me. Like I'm not. This doesn't bother me using it. You know what I mean? So this is a very versatile mouse, from what I can tell. Okay, so I can't vouch for its long-term, you know, competitive, but this is the first impressions, keeping that in mind. So, so far my impressions are that the biggest oversight I see so far is the dongle holder. It doesn't seem to be a dongle. I don't know what that's about. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I just lost the dongle. I don't know, could be me. But that's the biggest oversight. Otherwise, in terms of comparing this to the Razer Viper V3, because I have used the Razer Viper V3, it feels fairly comparable. I guess I would say with the Razer, actually, I don't even know. I haven't used it in a while. I can't help but feel like it's a little bit more tinny, you know, but like I said, this is probably half the price of the Razer Viper V3. So at that point, I don't. That doesn't bother me. In fact, I mean, yeah, because the shape is kind of the most important part. But even then, everything else and the coating seems okay. The clicks are nice. They are opticals. I didn't like them at first, but then I just realized they're just opticals, and I think I'm used to mechanicals because of my B6 Mini, like super tight, you know. Well, the opticals a little bit more like have like this, you know, kind of feel. So I guess that's just kind of preference. But at the very least, you know it's not going to double click, so that's nice. Scroll wheel is nice. Middle click's fine. Side buttons are fine. A little bit. No, honestly, they're probably fine. Honestly, I would need a side by side to really make a comparison because like I just don't remember using it. It's been a while. But in terms of feel, I'm overall happy with it. I don't know. I always try not to oversell these things. Like I said, I try very much not to be biased. So I'm like genuinely trying to get my actual, you know, my thoughts on these. I don't want to be like, oh, they sent me this mouse, it's amazing. You know, it's not like that at all. At least I hope it's not. I try not to. Anyways, so yeah, I think what matters most is probably long term, and then I can't do really extensive sensor testing right now. I can say it feels fine, as you can see. It doesn't feel like particularly bad. I think if you I think with the cat mouse, if you saw that one had problems, this one doesn't have problems at all. And I'm using 1K, so if you want to use 8K, I'm sure it's, you know, fine. So yeah, all right, that's gonna be my video. Overall, I'm happy with this. It's definitely, especially if you were looking for a Razer Viper V3 shape, this might be it, especially because I believe it's going to be half the price, or at the very least it is cheaper than the Razer Viper V3. And in terms of overall feel, I think this is more than enough. So maybe if you want to go for the, you know, no compromises, luxurious brand, maybe you go for Razer. But for this one, I'm very happy with this, and I think if anyone wanted to try this shape, I'd say this is probably going to be your better bet in terms of like value, obviously, because so far my impressions, and of course this is first impressions, so I don't know, is it feels fine, feels durable, feels nice. And yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it, if that makes sense. Everything else feels pretty okay about it. The software I'm okay with too. It actually, as much as I would have preferred it to be browser, it is relatively extensive, I would say, so that's nice. Yeah, other than that, it just comes down to long-term durability. So first impressions looking pretty good, but we will have to see. We will have to see long-term durability. Maybe I'll make a review of this, and then that's when I think I'll give you my actual conclusion. But for now, that's just kind of my first impressions. Seems like the Razer Viper V3. I don't know what to tell you. It does feel like a solid mouse though. Yeah. All right. At that point, oh, damn, this thing's weighty. Oh, I forgot to mention the weight. The weight is kind of important for a lot of you guys. I think this is, I forget. This is like 50, 60. It's definitely not super heavy. It might be 70 at most. It's definitely not super heavy. That's all I know. I'm pretty sure it's like, you know, and in terms of feel, of course it's gonna be heavier than my B6 Mini. Also has a bigger battery, but in terms of feel, I wouldn't say this is a heavy mouse at all. Probably by my standards, because I use a 34 gram mouse all the time. But even then, it's not heavy. I don't feel like super, like, you know. So yeah. All right, that's my video. I need to make a review. I need to do long-term more testing in order to really say much about this. Like I said, first impressions though seems pretty fine. Comes with grips, skates. In terms of feel, looks good. Definitely just depends on how it holds up in terms of also how the sensor quality and whatnot like that. But in terms of feel, I am very happy with it. Doesn't feel particularly bad or anything. Yeah, you can see I'm actually like handling this thing, and it's like it looks solid. All right, you get the point. So thanks for watching. If you want to see what's it called? If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to leave down in the comments below. If you want to see a review of this or anything like that, feel free to let me know, and would appreciate a like and sub, but it's totally up to you whether you do or not. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Peace.
You say the right to the right.
Next! Nice. Gonna fall back here.
Oh! Careful, the head thing was. Oh, it's right there!
I can't see. Where's the prize?
Who's next?
One
Oh,
enemy
man.
remaining.
I'm gonna do some cool flick or something.
Was that so bad?
Attackers.